What's good, internet? Welcome back to Grimm. Today we're going to be taking a look at this woman that came onto the Dr. Phil show that is honestly pretty insanely racist. That's probably an understatement there. Let's meet our subject for the day.
I'm in Beverly Hills right now. I'm seeing a lot of Caucasian people, and I haven't seen I've seen only a gaggle of African Americans, and they were really gross.
Whoa, okay, what a way to start. Okay, first of all, I wasn't expecting that twist at the end there. Also, isn't a gaggle a term used to describe a bunch of geese? I don't really know if that's appropriate to be describing a group of people. Don't worry, we are going to dive deeper into her insanity and racism, but first let's start off with a tour of Rodeo Drive with her.
And they have a Chanel. I think I'm gonna die. I think that, of course, if an African American walked into any of these stores, I feel like people have the right to refuse service, and I feel like they would probably steal something, so of course they should be asked to leave, most definitely.
Okay, what the heck is wrong with you, lady? Why is she being racist to a minority group that she is personally a part of, you might ask? Well, apparently this lady insists that she's Caucasian and won't be convinced otherwise. So yeah, she's pretty racist, which is of course whack, but you know what else is whack? That I have to touch on real quick. How absolutely overexposed just about every one of these Dr. Phil montages are. Seriously, dude, you got a budget of like $10 million a season. You can't hire competent camera operators? Come on, dog.
Well, those are my fellow Caucasian people. They were so beautiful and pretty. I assumed they were models, so I had to say, tell them they were beautiful.
Fellow Caucasian people. I mean, maybe this woman is pulling an inverse Rachel Dolezal and is transracial, but I don't even think it's that. I seriously think she's just become so delusional that she fully believes that she is white at this point.
Well, I'm just living my best life out here on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, and I just feel like I belong here.
Well, considering this girl is a teenager and might not even have a job at this point, I mean, I know plenty of people that don't have jobs at that age and they wait until they're out of high school. I really don't think you do belong there. Unless you mean you fit in with the thousands of other people that just walk from store to store window shopping, then yeah, you fit right in. But I really don't think a teenager that's only down in LA because she's going to be on Dr. Phil because she's insane is really the target demographic for the stores on Rodeo Drive, but that's just me.
The place I'm in, it just takes my breath away. We haven't seen literally any African Americans here, which is such a positive good thing.
Oh my god, bro. She is just so outwardly racist. Who in their right mind says that regardless of what race they are? Can you seriously actually speak those words and think that you're in the right at all? I mean, apparently she can because she says that stuff throughout the video, but seriously, you have to be so hateful and ignorant to even begin to think about that stuff about any other race. This whole video's premise is just insane to me. It's like me having a Dr. Phil expose walking around like, I am just so glad there are almost no Asians in my neighborhood. It's just such a relief to know that I don't have to be near any mathematicians and noodle eaters. Like, you don't just say this stuff, even if you are that race. This girl is just such an ignorant moron.
Well, all the people here are Caucasian, so that's probably the reason why I most likely would fit in here the most, because, I also am a Caucasian person, and this is where I belong.
No, you are not. And you also wouldn't fit in here because this is an affluent neighborhood, and once again, I have to mention you're 16 years old. No way you'll be able to afford a house within the next 10 years, let alone the next 15 years with this current housing market. If you're like me and most other millennials, you're probably looking at renting for the rest of your life, so have fun with that.
This environment reminds me of the ghetto. This environment reminds me of the hood. So as you can see, her hair literally looks like it's a sponge. If you put your hands in her hair, you'd probably lose a finger.
I am 1000% convinced that this woman is being haunted or a reincarnation of someone from the 1800s that owned a plantation or something. I really don't think I've heard this much just blatant racism since I last watched Django Unchained. Who says that about someone's hair? Quit hating on everything, woman.
The smell is just so overwhelming, I just want to die. And it's way too many African Americans. That's probably some of the reasons why it smells.
Oh my god, shut up, shut up, shut up. Please just shut your stupid mouth. You are without a doubt the worst person on this block right now. I doubt anyone else can match you in ignorance or hatred within your general vicinity. And it's really funny to see her judging everything so harshly and being so racist when she is literally the one whose family has probably disowned her and can't even be comfortable in her own skin.
I mean, you never know with them. They have giant lips. Their noses are really, really big. And they're just really ghetto. It's completely disgusting how ghetto they are.
Yo, shout out to the homies throwing up gang signs while she's whining about how ghetto this street is. I don't know if you know this lady, but Hollywood Boulevard is a cesspool of trashiness, and that's regardless of race. I'm sure if you unblurred these people, you'd see just as many white homeless people doing the same thing she's mentioning. It's just not a good part of town.
Where do they come from? That's the reason why they're called monkeys in the first place, because they don't know how to act. I could never live in this filth and among all of these African Americans and among all of these people who clearly have absolutely no class.
Okay, you guys, this keeps getting worse and worse. She legit just made that comparison, the OG super racism comparison. I really do hope this girl's family actually abandoned her after she started talking like this. Like, I mean, if a person I raised turned up to be this much of a just terrible human being, I would kick them out of the house immediately until they change their ways, honestly. So now we are hearing from the family of this idiot, and let's hear what her mother's biggest fear is when it comes to her daughter.
My worst fear is that my daughter Treasure will put on a white sheet and join the Ku Klux Klan.
If my mom is afraid that I might join the Ku Klux Klan, the only thing that she needs to know is I may just do it if they offer me a hood.
Okay. Pause right here. Really take a moment, just take a minute, guys, and let that sink in. This person actually just said that. First, I don't think they would offer you a hood, as even though they share your views, you're literally the race that they are against, even if you don't believe it. I think that's a pretty big membership requirement for the KKK. And two, you really need to rethink your goals and values in life if you actually say out loud, if they offer me a hood, I'd join. Like, heck yeah, dude, KKK all the way, baby. God, you're such an idiot, woman.
What have you done that's made yourself so upset with you?
Well, I mean, I don't have any problems with myself. I honestly think that God made one perfect person, it's me. And I mean...
So Dr. Phil comes in with an actually really good question that is just straight up to her. He knows that this girl has some deep-seated emotional baggage when it comes to herself. I mean, she probably sees some of this hateful and trashy stuff from inside her and projects that onto others. So he straight up asks her why she thinks she's gotten to this point. And this was her answer. God made one perfect person, and that's me. Now, I'm really not one to judge physical attributes because I'm a solid 4 out of 10 myself, I'll admit that. But when you actually say that about yourself, especially on TV or something that's ultimately going to be on the internet, by the way, this original clip has like millions of views, you're just asking to get absolutely demolished in the comments or just from the general public. This woman is such an idiot, and I really do hope she changes her ways and this video haunts her forever because she has said some truly awful things in this. I know I'm joking about it, but seriously, this girl is a hateful being down to her very core.
I feel like black people should just be put in a different place. Let's say that, because I'm not going to say anything too extreme because I know they're around and they get all angry and stuff. And black people are very chaotic.
Guys, I think this is it, honestly. I think this is the video that finally gives me a freaking aneurysm, and before I can get this uploaded for you guys, I'm gonna be slouched over in my chair with no brain function left. This girl is gonna be the cause of that. Put them in a different place? And that was her way of saying it, whatever she meant, lightly? I can't imagine what she would have said had this not been on TV, and I really just want to punch my computer screen right now, just so I can stop seeing her face and hearing her talk.
I feel like if you have empathy, then you have sympathy for someone. You know, like if I see a homeless person on the street and I give him $1, then I have empathy for him. I feel like, oh wow, he's homeless. But honestly, for me, if I gave a homeless person $1, I would take it back just because I would like to see the sadness on his face of me, you know, tricking him, thinking I'm gonna give him money.
Okay, someone get Shane Dawson up in this bitch. You know, I really have been trying to keep my cool and not label this woman, but she is a straight up sociopath. You can be one of those people that doesn't give money to the homeless. I mean, that's fine with me. People have their own beliefs and their own systems in life, but tricking a homeless person or someone in need is just cruel. Imagine actually confessing that you would enjoy that on national television, let alone in front of all those people in the crowd. I'm kind of hoping someone in the crowd throws a shoe at her or something at this point. I don't get how this mom and brother can sit here listening to this. I'd walk off stage at that point. I say this about a few people that have been on the show, but this time I really mean it, guys. This is a trash human being. Someone who thinks the way this girl thinks deserves the harshest reality in life. Like, I really do hope that life ends up smacking her in the face and she finds herself maybe disowned from her family with like no one else there for her. Then maybe she will learn a little bit of empathy. I'm sure she won't be as into tricking mums with money when she becomes one herself. So of course, when Dr. Phil asks the big question about whether or not she realizes she's hurting people for the things she says, this was her answer.
Well, I believe African Americans don't really have feelings and don't care.
I really don't know what that bleep was, but I assume it was a racial slur. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that was the first one we've heard from her from the show so far, and it's probably a very common term in her vernacular. How someone can wholeheartedly believe some of this stuff she's saying is just so beyond me, you guys. Like, in what world could you think this is an okay thing to believe? I know racism is still alive and well today, unfortunately, especially in America, but I'm just so shocked to see that someone so young can be so hateful to their own race.
If you disagree with what she's saying, stand up.
All of them are liars. All of them are liars. And behind closed doors, they type the same thing as me.
Wow, this woman is about to have a mob on her hands. Of course, nobody agrees with what she says. I mean, it's so outlandish to even think that a fraction of these people would share the same views as her. Unfortunately, throughout all of the interview portions of the show, from what I could see, Dr. Phil just could not penetrate this woman's shield of hatred that surrounds her. She'll probably live in ignorance and hatred until her life falls apart and she's forced to wake up and realize that humans are humans and that's that. Or maybe she lives until her last day believing all of this evil, crazy nonsense that she has spewed today. But regardless, she doesn't deserve any more of our time or attention, and I wish the worst possible luck in every one of her future endeavors. Thanks as always for watching till the very end, guys. Sorry if I got a little heated there. I'll see you in the next video, though. Peace out.